protect and perpetuate religious freedom, tolerance, and knowledge, to challenge injustice, and to nurture and serve one another and the wider community. This morning, our service leader is Reverend Susan Ross, and we have musicians Annye Love and Elisha LightAngel, sorry. We'll continue with announcements.
Well, announcement number one is I spent 45 minutes this morning trying to get this stuff to work, and so I'm a little frazzled. So if I say something stupid, which I've already done, by the way, I've had to apologize to Annye because I snapped at her, so all right, moving on. It's a wonder. Okay. Peace. After the service, please join us for our monthly potluck. Some of the dishes will begin with the letters A, B, or C. There is a broccoli casserole in there, I know for sure. So we will see what's in there. It's a B. I'm totally missing it, sorry. My sense of humor ran away too.
Broccoli and casserole.
Oh. Very good, Hillary. You notice that the hourglass circling above my head? Oh. Goodness, sharp lady. We set aside the third Sunday of the month to have lunch together and hope any guests and visitors will join us. After today's service and potluck, Mike Smolin will be leading a demonstration and brief workshop of CH meetings. That will be at 12:30. And this demonstration and workshop will last, according to what I was told, about 15 to 30 minutes, plus time for questions and answers. Is that still about right? Okay. Okay, this coming Saturday, we will have our second annual chili cook-off with karaoke, and it will, the actual cook-off event is officially starting at 5:30, but the chili cooks need to bring their chili in by 5 and bring a serving spoon. Bring a serving spoon, everybody on board, and your pot of chili. The contact person is Lynn Little and me.
Just real quickly on that, not too many people have signed up to bring chili yet, so we really need to know. I'm bringing chili.
Oh, sign-up sheet is in the social room.
Or you can go on CH meetings and register. But if you're ready, if you'll just let us know so we can kind of figure out what's going on. Last year we had like 10 or 11 entries, and I think right now we have 4 or 5, so I would love to see some more people sign up. And I also just wanted to say quickly on the karaoke, this is Robert Patrick, you know our Robert who sings. He's coming from Tulsa with his karaoke machine, and he's setting up, and you know him, it's going to be a professional gig. So please stay afterwards for the karaoke since he's coming and donating his time to do that. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. Yep, we need chili.
And singers.
Oh,
You don't have to be good.
next Sunday's sermon will be provided by Reverend Mark Christian. His sermon title will be Why I Sing. As he mentioned in the January newsletter, the observant among us may have noticed that I like to sing during the sermons I give. That's true. Let me tell you why. Starting February 5th at 7 p.m., Susan Bullard and Linda Smolin will lead a Thursday evening adult religious education program called Spirit of Life. Each session will explore a different aspect of Unitarian Universalist spirituality. The workshops are designed to be welcoming to UUs of many spiritual and theological persuasions.
Do you know how many there will be?
It runs through April. So from February 5th through March and through April. I don't know how many that is. When it says through April, the literal part of me is saying that means the whole month of April. More information will be coming, I'm sure. So if you have an announcement you'd like to share, please come up to a mic.
I'm Rebecca, but Jeff Pickens asked me to remind everyone that there is a Speaking Up for Our Rights demonstration today between like 12 and 1-ish at the corner of Main and Hall of Fame. It's organized by Concerned Americans of Stillwater, and their mission is to protect U.S. constitutional freedoms and rights. And they want you to have a sign expressing your free opinion about leadership and society. There'll be more people today because tomorrow's going to be cold.
Thank you. Sandy? There are 5 bowls of different sizes on the floor up here.
Just another reminder that Mark Christian preaches in Edmond every third Sunday, and he does need a ride since he doesn't have a car, among other things. But so there's a sign-up sheet running through June. So if you can give him a ride, please sign up. If you don't know Mark, he's very interesting to talk to, and it would be a good way for you to get to know him better. So thank you.
Other announcements?
I'd just like to repeat the chili addendum because it wasn't in front of the microphone and people outside won't hear. But what I heard was that we only have 4 chili cooks right now. We expect last year there were 11, so we know there are other chili cooks out there. Be sure to sign up if you have a specialty chili.
Or even if you just have an ordinary chili. Other announcements? All right. I think we're ready for our prelude. Oh, there's a minute?
There's a church meeting.
Oh, sorry, Tana. Yep, got a minute.
I got volunteered for this.
Oh.
I can put these on, that'll help. Shitaki's not feeling well. She had a fall and hurt her bottom. So she asked me to read a poem or something spiritual, and I picked this one. This is a poem by Wendell Berry, and it's from a book called Sabbath. And this poem has helped me many, many times when I've been afraid for any reason. But it deals with, I think, arrivals and departures and fear and what to do with that or about that. The name of it is I Go Among the Trees. I go among the trees and sit still. All my stirrings become quiet around me like water. My tasks lie in their places where I left them, asleep like cattle. Then, what is afraid of me comes and lives a while in my sight. What it fears in me leaves me, and the fear of me leaves it. It sings, and I hear its song. Then, what I am afraid of comes. I live for a while in its sight. What I fear in it leaves it, and the fear of it leaves me. It sings, and I hear its song. After days of labor, mute in my consternations, I hear my song at last, and I sing it. As we sing, the day turns, the trees move.
Okay, so this is not a visual experience. If you're in the back, you probably can't see it, but there's 5 bowls up here. And these are crystal singing bowls. They're made of crushed quartz that are then put into the bowls, and they're tuned to different keys and frequencies. So I have a set of 7, just 2 aren't here, and these ones are attuned to the chakras. So I have the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, the heart, and the throat up here. So those are the 5 bowls that I'll be playing. I'll be doing a little vocal toning to go along with the bowls. If you ever have attended a sound bath, have heard of a sound bath, this is basically a miniature sound bath. Most sound baths are anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. You lay on the floor, you get as comfy as possible, eye masks, and with these, the sound, frequency, and vibrations from the bowls are so incredible that they just move through our bodies. They vibrate each cell individually and offer healing and deep relaxation. So this is going to be your little taste of a sound bath. I invite you to close your eyes so you can just tune into the sound. Let the sound reverberate through your body. Touching your heart, feeding your soul, bringing you back into harmony with yourself. I invite you to open your eyes and come back into the space.
Thank you.
We light our chalice candle this morning to remind us of the light that lives always inside of each of us, the light that lives among us whenever we gather, and the light that lives always out in the world. I would invite you in the next moment to silently reflect this morning about the idea of a cross, not a cross, but a cross, the idea of the cross as a symbol, an object, an idea, however you want to think of it, a moment of silent reflection. story time, we talked about how it is that this weekend we are celebrating the birthdays of two people who are known for being kind. One of those people, of course, is Martin Luther King Jr., whose birthday actually is January 15th, but we are celebrating that birthday tomorrow. And the other person is Dolly Parton, who actually her birthday is tomorrow, and she will be 80. And if you hang out much at the Stillwater Public Library, and if you don't, you should. Because, I mean, you know, there's all that knowledge, all that wisdom, all that imagination, and I'm just talking right now about the librarians. But all the books, all those books I'm talking about. And if you have hung out there recently, though, you know that Dolly Parton is in the Stillwater Public Library. We have a life-size cardboard cutout of her, and she is, what are you all doing? Signaling each other here. Okay. She is standing right now. She moves around the library a little bit with some help. But she right now is standing right behind the reference desks, the help desks, and with her big hair and everything. And she is there because we participate, our library participates, in the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And that is a program in which, due to the funding provided by Dolly Parton, every child who is signed up for this by their parents or guardians receives each month from birth to the time they enter kindergarten, or from whenever they register till kindergarten, one free book every month in the mail. So it's a great program. It's one way that Dolly Parton is kind. And we also have in our library some books written by Dolly Parton, co-written mostly by her with another person who is more regularly author of children's literature. And one of those books, well, all of those books relate in some way to one of Dolly's songs. Sometimes it's simply the lyrics to a song with illustrations, and one book like that is called The Coat of Many Colors, and it tells the story, as does her song. I mean, it's just the lyrics to the song with drawings it's actually an autobiographical story, because this happened to Dolly as a child, about a little girl who she's outgrown her coat. And winter comes, and there's no money to buy her another coat. Her own coat has been passed down to other siblings, of which there are several. And her mother is not sure what to do. The family doesn't have money, but they do have this box of rags that someone has given them. And so her mother decides to take scraps of material out of the bag, and she cuts them into patches, squares, and makes a patchwork coat for the little girl, who is actually Dolly. And as she makes it, she tells Dolly the story of Joseph in the Old Testament, who is given, according to legend at least, a coat of many colors by his father to show Joseph how much his father loves him. Now, really, the truth is that today Bible scholars don't think that's how you would translate that passage, that it means something else besides a coat of many colors, but that's a whole nother sermon, so we're not going to worry about that right now. In this story, it's a coat of many colors. And she wears her coat to school, and she's proud of it, and she is so surprised that the kids laugh at her. They make fun of her. And she has to tell them that, you know, what her mother's told her, which is that this is a beautiful coat. It's like a rainbow, and her mother made it for her because she loves her. And even though they are poor, this coat makes her rich, makes her wealthy. There's a whole nother set of books, a series of books that Dolly co-wrote about a French bulldog whose name is Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid happens to be Dolly Parton's god dog. And in the first book in this series, which is called Billy the Kid Makes It Big, Billy the Kid, who loves to sing, as many dogs do, decides he wants to go to Nashville to make it big. And so he goes and he runs into this place where they're having a dog talent show kind of thing, or a contest. And so he gets in line to be part of that contest. And some of the other dogs start bullying him because he's countrified. He kind of looks like a hick, and they're the city dogs, and they make fun of him. And so he gets disappointed, and he goes off by himself, and he just starts singing to himself his favorite song, which is Jolene. And some other dogs hear him, and these other dogs happen to be in a band themselves, and they invite him to be part of their band. So they go to get in line for the talent contest. And pretty soon those bully dogs again start bullying. This time they bully the little Chihuahua, who's a part of the other band. And that makes Billy the Kid so mad that he comes up with this plan. And so they do that old trick where the dogs each stand on top of each other, and then the one on the top puts on a hat, and then they wrap a coat around themselves so they look like one really tall dog, and they scare the bully dogs away, and then they actually win Best New Talent Group of the talent contest. And then the song that's referenced in the story after that is Making Fun Ain't Funny. So the moral of this story is be kind and come to the Stillwater Library and look for Dolly Parton.
It's time for the offertory. Is it? Responsive reading, thank you. Oops. It's not time for the offertory. Let me go back. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. The offertory, the responsive reading is in our order of service. Nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. Nonviolence seeks to win friendship and understanding. Nonviolence seeks to defeat injustice or evil and not people.
Nonviolence recognizes that evildoers are also victims and are not evil people.
Nonviolence holds that unearned voluntary suffering for a just cause can educate and transform people and societies.
Nonviolence is a willingness to accept violence if necessary, but never inflict it.
Nonviolence chooses love instead of hate.
Nonviolent love is spontaneous, unselfish, and creative.
Nonviolence believes that the universe is on the side of justice.
Nonviolent sister has a deep faith that justice will eventually prevail.
This is from King's 6 Principles of Nonviolence. Now it's time for the offering. Our church is supported by your donations. We're in the month of January, and we share a portion of the plate with the Seville Center for Child Advocacy.
This song, my friend passed away in March of last year, and she was a singer-songwriter. And she put some stuff on the internet, you know, nothing super famous or anything, but definitely got you going with good vibes when you're hanging out in a circle, and she'd play her guitar and sing. And she did some recordings and left that as her legacy, and she really would love for her songs to be shared. I can't play the guitar, so I will not be doing that today. So I'm just going to sing one of her songs. It's called Journey On, and she actually wrote it for another friend when she started traveling. And this is the song that came out. It's really pretty. I think our entire life is a journey. So sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's really easy, and no matter where you are, you have to journey on. Lonely road, when you know where you're going, pack your bags, dreams, memories. They don't know my heart any better when we met here in this place. And sometimes in the night, when I feel so slight, I remember I belong. So go, you satellite, this world needs your light. Just remember where you come from and journey on, and journey on. So journey on. Whoa. Sad but sure, it won't get any better if I stay. The past remains. Be assured, no matter how great the measure, you'll find yourself, oh, you'll know your name. And sometimes in the night, when I feel so slight, I remember I belong. So go, you satellite, this world needs your light. Just remember where you come from and journey on, and journey on. So journey on. Whoa. The strongest wind you've ever been, no longer bound by any definition. You walk away, but it's not really leaving. It's an embrace. It's an embrace. And sometimes in the night, when I feel so slight, belong, we belong. So go, you satellite. This world needs your light. Just remember where you come from and journey on. So journey on and journey on. Whoa, and journey on and journey on. So journey on. Whoa.
How do I turn it back on? I need it to be on number 15.
Oh, you need number
On,
15?
yes. Is it this one?
No, I'll get it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That was beautiful. So I've talked before about how it is that those of us who, or some of us anyway, who preach here, get the same holidays. Okay, I'm gonna do something stupid here in a minute. The same holidays or the same special days as part of our preaching schedule every single year. So Catherine always gets Mother's Day. I always get Father's Day. Whoever is doing the first Sunday in July, and that would either be Mark or Donna, gets Independence Day. Christmas, or the Sunday that's closest to Christmas Day, could go to Mark or to me, depending on what day of the week Christmas falls on that year. And Easter, well, you know, Easter moves around all over between March and April, and so that could go to anybody. It's kind of anybody's guess every year who's going to get that. But then, of course, we're not locked in to talking about whatever the holiday or the special day is that comes on the day of our preaching, especially if we can't think of anything more to say about it because we've had to talk about it so much. I am also scheduled to be the preacher every year on the day before Martin Luther King's birthday celebration. But I don't know that I will ever run out of things to say about him. Martin Luther King was a man of many words, so many sermons, so many speeches, so many quotations that he's famous for. And he was also a man of many actions, a man of commitment, a man of stands, a man of standing alongside of. He started on that road at a very young age, mentored by his parents and by his grandparents. His mother's father, so his maternal grandfather, A.D. Williams, was born in Georgia in 1861 to parents who were slaves. But he later always celebrated his birthday as January the 2nd, 1863, which was the day after the day of the effective, the day after the effective date of the Emancipation Proclamation. He grew up, A.D. Williams, to be a pastor, and he infused his ministry with social action. He worked for civil rights. He was one of the founders of the Atlanta chapter of the NAACP. In 1926, his daughter, Alberta, the daughter of A.D. and his wife, Naomi, married a young minister whose name was Michael King. And Michael King eventually succeeded his father-in-law as pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. They had 3 children, Michael and Alberta, Willie, Michael Jr., and Alfred. In 1934, when Michael Jr. was 5 years old, his father went with a number of other pastors to the World Baptist Alliance meeting in Berlin, and then from there they also traveled to the Holy Land. And especially while he was in Germany, Michael, learned a lot more than he already knew about who Martin Luther was, and how he helped the Reformation of the church happen. And he was so moved by that, and moved by his journey to the Holy Land as well, that when he came back home, he changed his name. First, he changed his name to Michael Luther King. And then after some time, he changed it again, and this time he changed it to Martin Luther King. And then his son, he renamed Martin Luther King Jr. King Sr. was also an activist. He worked for voter registration. He worked for salary equality for black teachers. And he was also known for acts of personal dissent, like the time that he was being stopped by a police officer for a traffic violation. I mean, it was an actual violation, so it was an authentic stop. But the police officer kept referring to him as boy. And finally, King turned to his son, who was sitting next to him, and pointed to him and said to the officer, "This is my son. He is a boy. I am a man, and I will not listen to you as long as you're calling me a boy." And the officer evidently was so embarrassed that he didn't say another word. He just handed him the ticket and went off. So Martin Luther King Jr. followed in the footsteps of his grandparents and his parents when he not only preached the social gospel, but he lived the social gospel. And we don't, the record doesn't tell us very much about any of the women in this story, typically. So we don't know very much about his grandmothers or his mother, except that they had to be a part of that. They had to be a part of his mentoring in social justice. In one of Martin Luther King Jr.'s earliest sermons, he used an illustration that he had borrowed from another minister whose sermons he had read that described the vertical and the horizontal parts of life. The vertical being our spiritual seeking parts, the horizontal being our relationships with our fellow humans and with other than human beings. King saw that as a description of the way that he'd been raised, the way he'd seen his elders live, the importance of the spiritual and the importance of the relational. He also saw that it could be seen to represent the cross, which of course had come at an early date to be the central symbol of Christianity. It wasn't the first symbol of Christianity, but again, that's another sermon. So it eventually became the central symbol of Christianity. The cross held special significance for Black Christians in the South because they saw in it the similarity to the lynching tree. King heard his grandfather more than once, no doubt, tell the story of how he as a child had witnessed a lynching and how much fear and how much anger he held inside him because of that. As the civil rights movement gained momentum, it also gained detractors, and it also gained people who reacted to it with fear and with anger. And because they were white people, with power. They reacted with hoses and with beatings and with tear gas and with guns and with bombs. So being willing to be a part of the civil rights movement could mean a willingness to take up your own cross. For King, the cross could be a symbol of Christianity. It could be a symbol of standing up for what is right, risking the results of standing up for what is right. And it could be a symbol of the horizontal and the vertical. Sometimes people speculate about what King would or wouldn't be saying or doing if he were still alive. It would actually be 97 if he had lived till now, so he probably wouldn't be able to be active in much. But I don't know. But then look at Emmett. So okay, maybe he would be. I'm sorry, I take that back. But we're pretty sure that he could be able still to challenge us with words. I have wondered, if he had lived longer, if he might have gone further with his vertical horizontal metaphor, with the metaphor of the cross. Because the cross is a symbol that predates Christianity, right? It's the letter T, it's the plus sign. Archaeologists have found ancient petroglyphs and pictographs that include that symbol, a straight vertical line with a horizontal line crossing it. There's the Egyptian symbol of the Ankh, which is a cross, a vertical line with a horizontal line, but then the top of the vertical line is sort of formed into an oval, and we think that it probably stood for life. And what all of those versions of the cross symbol look like, and especially they look like this if you compare them to the drawings of young children, is people, right? Very simple stick depictions of human figures. And I have to wonder if King would play with that idea some more if he were still around with us. The human with their head lifted high, uplifted, connecting with the sky and connecting with the earth, a spiritual being, and with their arms wide open, embracing the world, embracing creation, embracing all creatures, embracing all people, embracing each other. It seems to me an entirely apt symbol for King's theology and for his life. Standing, reaching up, reaching down, reaching out. He spoke on behalf of, and he acted on behalf of, more than the civil rights movement. He believed the three most vexing social structures preventing the flourishing of all creation to be racism, militarism, and materialism. In a speech titled Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break the Silence, given in New York a year before he was assassinated, King said this: "I am convinced that if we are to get on the right side of the world revolution, we as a nation must undergo a radical revolution of values. We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. When machines and computers, profit motives, and property rights are considered more important than people, the giant triplets of racism, materialism, and militarism are incapable of being conquered. A true revolution of values will soon cause us to question the fairness and justice of many of our past and present policies. On the one hand, we are called to play the Good Samaritan on life's roadside, but that will only be an initial act. One day we must come to see that the whole Jericho road must be transformed so that men and women will not be constantly beaten and robbed as they make their journey on life's highway. True compassion is more than flinging a coin to a beggar. It is not haphazard and superficial. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring. If King were here today, he would be protesting the actions of ICE. He would be working for the freedom of Palestine. He would be speaking on behalf of queer people and on behalf of people of color and on behalf of the poor and on behalf of women. He would be promoting climate justice. He would be vertical, and he would be horizontal. This is my favorite portrait of Martin Luther King Jr. It's by the Black artist John Wilson. He did it in pastel. King's eyes in this portrait, it seemed to me, are both penetrating and sad. And he has this kind of aura around him. And then very clearly centered in him is a cross, the vertical and the horizontal. In 1984, Bono, as in U2, Bono, angered by Ronald Reagan's pride in militarism, wanted to write a song about that, but then after he thought about it some more and read some more, he wrote this instead. One man come in the name of love, one man come and go, one man come he to justify, one man to overthrow. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? One man caught on a barbed wire fence, one man he resist, one man washed up on an empty beach, one man betrayed with a kiss. Early morning, April 4, shot rings out in the Memphis sky. Free at last, they took your life. They could not take your pride. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? What more in the name of love? In the name of the vertical and in the name of the horizontal, in the name of the open arms, in the name of love. Amen, and blessed be. Our hymn is number 169, We Shall Overcome. When we go out from here, may we go out in peace. May we go out in discomfort about the ways and the places there is no peace. May we go out to live vertically and horizontally. Amen.
Ooh, today's our happy birthday song.
Okay, let's sing happy birthday then.
Happy, happy birthday, here's to you. Happy, happy birthday, cheers to you. May goodness see you all day through. And we love you, we do, we do. Happy, happy birthday, here's to you. Happy, happy birthday, cheers to you. May the goodness keep you all year through, and we love you, we do, we do.
We didn't see whose birthdays are in January.
We didn't see whose birthdays were in January. There's one in the back. Emmett had a birthday. Others? Nobody admitting? There's William. Happy birthday to all. I believe it is. December? Okay. Well, that concludes the recorded portion of our service.